one of the allowed Omega or Battlefield variants, because there are only certain Battlefield and Omega variants that I believe are allowed to counterpick to, but most people don't do that anyway. They usually just go to the default, except for like that one villager main who likes that tiny little spot that's like underneath, like, oh, I like the spot that's underneath Palu's temple a little bit better, you know, but whatever. We're on FD. I'm dumb. I don't know if they counterpicks.
Well, apparently not. Well, see, here's the thing. I think both these characters really like frame traps and they like punishing each other's landings, so I'm not too disappointed to see this pick. Honestly, I think it's going to be good for both of them. Mr. E, you can see him shield flickering there a little bit. That's because he's very obviously looking to try to catch Raflow in the air, try to get parries, which was something he did very well against Super Striker. We're starting to see something similar be employed here as he keeps Raflow in the air all the way to the other side of the stage, and Raflow not able to make it back.
Yeah, wow, that's an explosive way to start game one for sure, and off of like these potential parry punishes for sure, which I gotta say, against Palutena is kind of huge, I will say, or like kind of important as with like, you know, the meta progresses and it goes on and on, because like back there, oh yes, we did perform best of 5 territory. Thanks production for everything that you do.
Well, this is winner's quarters, so yeah, well, that sounds about right to me. Mr. E right now maintaining a very good spatial awareness of the stage. You know, holding center tremendously well, which, you know, no surprises there. But is also, like, not getting caught by too many of these multi-hits. I say as he gets hit by an air. But, I mean, he's been doing a good job spacing around the staff and the forward airs and everything with the Falchion sword that he has.
Yeah, and getting those parries against Pal, like, right there, that's so important. That's so important, what we just said right there, of, like, beating me to it. Like, Palutena, that landing back there, that's invincible. The shield is invincible, as we know. Yeah. Not her body, just the shield for sure. And, like, you know,
after they land or not, because by parrying gives you a little bit of extra time to get that punish down.
Exactly, and like Lucina has the range to cover it regardless, you know, sometimes, but if your character doesn't, like if you're playing a character like a stubbier one, like say Mario or Ness or whatever, the higher the level to play you go and the higher the level the Palu you're playing against, you better know how to parry that move, because it's going to be pretty much the best, if not sometimes the only way that you can really punish that upon landing, and you do not want to let this character, or any really, land for free.
Right, oh, but there's that lingering down tilt. It's going to set Mr. E off stage, but it's not going to get that kill. Back air, still not going to kill. Really good air dodge from Mr. E. It's actually going to give them a little bit of verticality there. The side B not going to kill just yet. And there's the back air, yeah. So the thing is, it looks like Mr. E is having a difficult time getting back on stage because the ledge trapping of Raflow is so strong. But when Mr. E's holding center stage, there's very little that Raflow can do. That killed up off the B reverse. Interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, like it was a reversal, so I think like the DI just sort of got a little crossed up there, went just essentially almost straight up right there. I'm not sure if that would have killed. I'm not sure if that would have killed regardless, but the point is, Raflow lives to see another day, and now we got the Nair strings out here. Gotta keep Mr. E off stage here. You don't want to reset this neutral for no reason. Good weight right there on the back, just running in with the neutral air once again. You know, Palutena's options as her meta has progressed. Some people say they become a little more linear, a little bit more telegraphed, but that doesn't mean if you don't cross them up, doesn't mean they're not still good, Laird.
Yeah, I agree. Right now, honestly, I feel like Raflow is still very, very much in this thing just because of their ability to ledge trap effectively. And, you know, that's been netting them the majority of the damage they've had here. It's using those nairs and those forward airs to push Mr. E into the corner where they have fewer options and then ledge trapping accordingly. Look at these empty hops, too.
Oh, I love that. I love the cross up down there right there to try to get to that tiny little spot on the ledge right there for the potential back throw. You saw the grab come out, but the spot dodge was just there. The crazy part about that is not that Raflow was even good enough to do that option, is that Mr. E was knowledgeable enough that he was prepared for it.
Exactly, yeah. And again, that's a sign of a top-level player. Various knowledge in a lot of very niche situations. Air, yes. Mr. E would have survived that, I think, if they didn't air dodge. They air dodge to try to cancel the end lag, and it didn't work. So they just sacrificed all their DI. But there is a second hit in there, and that's going to be killing off the side. No setup required for that one. A little bit of a poke. Game one go to Mr. E on FD.
Nice. Beautiful stuff there on the part of Mr. E. Interesting to go to that counter pick. I thought it was just they were just going to wind up going to the stage that, like, was in a way beneficial to both of them. Instead, they counterpicked down to the stage that was, like, arguably, like, not detrimental, but arguably the worst for both of them, because it's just like, hey, this will sort of even out the playing field right here as it goes right here. But now we're heading to small battlefield.
Biplats. I think both these characters like this stage a lot. This is basically just small PS2, honestly.
Pretty much, yeah. I remember some people, when this stage came out, or when Hollow Bastion, well, I mean, Hollow Bastion was a different story. When this stage came out, that there were some people on Twitter.com who were discussing that even replacing PS2 with this stage in some stage lists. But the long layout usually made people feel like it was different enough, and that's a whole different debate. We got them both right here. We got the Gentleman stage list here and Wanted Free Agent, which is what you're watching, by the way. Don't turn off the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely don't do it now, because now Raflow's on their counter pick, so we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a fun one for sure. Both these characters can do some pretty decent sharking underneath the platforms. You know, Lucina's obviously got her sword, like she can swing underneath that for sure. Palutena can do some good chases with nairs, with up-airs on this thing. Her nair trains are... Her nair chains are always really good, but on this stage, I feel like they're very good as well. Like, because it's easier to get them off stage on a stage like this. The platform is just in such a good position where they could just reset and do stuff like this, like they're going for right there with the chase. But I gotta say, though, that was immaculate survival DI by Mr. E.
Yeah, and I also love the babysitting on stage. And I think Raflow's playing at a different tempo than what Mr. E was expecting. They played a little bit more lackadaisical and slow last match, but frankly, right now, they're starting to come alive a little bit. These empty hops, these fastballs, you know, baiting out options as opposed to, you know, doing them.
Exactly. You know, Palutena with the fundies, man, it's just something you gotta work for. Alright, yeah. And we're just fishing for it right here. Good falling neutral air right there, crossing it up that time around to get them off stage once again here in this best of 5 set that we got going on for you guys right here. Back there, they're not gonna do it.
I saw the startup of a dash off stage down air from Raflow that would have connected and spiked. But Mr. E had their uppie in the perfect time to intercept it.
Good. That's definitely a really clutch play right there to just counter like a crazy... To counter a play like that with a hitbox of your own rather than just like a sort of dodge.
Look at these empty hops that Raflow's doing. Whenever Mr. E's trying to land at the center of the stage, he is jumping up in the air to make it look like he's going to go for an up air and then not doing it. And there's a first hit of nair into up tilt, which is not as bad of a kill option as a lot of people might think up tilt is. It's very strong.
It's consistent too.
Yes, exactly.
Consistent one. It's actually like just some new like modern meta Palu stuff, basically, where they just like fall, get like the last like lingering hitbox and the first lingering hitbox of that, and then they're just good to go to land that up tilt, which is
down air.
Mentioned before. That was such a good catch with the back air. That was such a good catch. What an answer! What an answer there! Wow.
Oh mama, that was so good. Yeah, caught a high recovery from Mr. E without a jump and. I'm telling you, dude, that's money right there. So we're going to Smashville here. Not one of the stages we suggested are what these guys are going to, by the way.
No,
we were so wrong. I don't think I've ever been that wrong in my career.
Yeah, same. To be honest, not even in my other careers. I don't even think I've ever been as wrong in those ones either. Again, just Mr. E and Raflow making Laird and Tunis look foolish.
Yeah, well, hey, these are top players. They're allowed to.
Yeah.
And with the display that they've been giving us, it's very in line with how they're playing right now. But there's that forward air dash attack, and pretty much evening up the percentages as well as overtaking Mr. E in this situation. I feel like, you know, the first match was a blowout in Mr. E's favor. The second match was one in Raflow's favor. I feel like we're going to be getting a pretty even match between these two because each match so far has been incredibly volatile. But now I think they're both adapted, they're both warmed up, they're both playing incredibly well around each other's options. They know what each other are looking for. So I'm going to be honest, I think this might be the best match yet.
Honestly, I think so too. Though I do gotta say, if I were Mr. E, I would be a little scared because Palutena's advantage state on this stage can be very, very scary. The slower, the smaller size of the stage, as well as like the perfect like center positioning of that platform, can make recovering out of disadvantage, especially from the ledge on this stage, very, very scary. If Palutena has you up in the air, first of all, she will catch you in like multiple different kinds of 50-50s that you're forced to be in, considering the fact that her back air is that neutral air takes the stock. Considering the fact that her back air is invulnerable, so you're not going to be able to really hit your way through it, which already creates a hard enough way to get back to the stage regardless. Now, Laird, there's even less spots to land.
Yeah, I agree, dude. And right now, this is where Raflow tends to come alive. It's in the ledge trap and the edge guarding, but unfortunately, they're actually going to be putting themselves in the corner here. Mr. E holding center now very effectively. Using the retreating forward aerials and the nairs to approach has been a pretty good strategy until that dash that comes out from Raflow to push Mr. E off stage. Finally, they're going to do it again. Are they going to be able to get anything at the ledge here? no down tilt happening. Rising forward air to counteract the potential back air as well. I think Mr. E is starting to scout a lot better around the buckler shield that Palutena has.
For sure, for sure. I mean, what I was talking about there with that shield and those edge guards, I was just talking about, like, you know, if Raflow was able to even get Mr. E in that situation in the first place, which, as so far throughout this game, remains to be seen. I mean, now we got Mr. E off the level, trying to shark underneath with the side B right there in the explosive flame. Mr. E going low to get around it, does not want to deal with high against that shield, as the dash attack, making me eat my words, gonna deal with the first stock, I should say.
I mean, that was 160 at center stage with Rage. I'm not too surprised about that one, but frankly, I'm also not surprised that up B killed at the ledge too, because this is a very short blast zone on the stage as well. Not quite as short as, I mean, it's a similar box to Town City, except the stage is shorter, so still very close, all things considered.
For sure, for sure. There we go with the back there off the level, just trying to like bait down by dropping off the level again, get Raflow, get himself into some pretty good positioning. Ooh! Wake up tilt right there. Did you see that? To stuff out the neutral air right as it was coming out.
Uh-oh, does he have a jump? He does have a jump, he saved it. All right, good stuff from Mr. E, because that could have been potentially very scary. But there's a grab to catch the air dodge in. Air dodge in, very rarely a good option there.
Here we go.
Back air, pushing them into the corner. Raflow gets spiked. Not gonna air dodge. Mr. E was definitely gripping and ripping for an air dodge there.
Very beautiful, beautiful. And they got him up in the air this time around. Mr. E just trying to hold down the center stage, doing some occasional approaching nairs. Finally going to get grabbed and back thrown for it. Air dodging below the explosive flame. Typical Palu stuff to just get themselves back. Wake up, dash attack right there to get him off. Not committing that time with the back air, and it might wind up being Raflow's downfall in this set if they're not able to clean up this play soon. You see them desperately looking for this kill to have any chance at winning this game at number 3 right now and secure a game, to secure a set count in their favor before we go into game number 4 right now. But Mr. E just never let Raflow have it throughout that entire scenario, in disadvantage the entire time, player.
Yeah, I feel like the lack of the high-flying offense that we saw in game 2 definitely played into the defeat there for Raflow. But, you know, they do have a game 4 to go to. I just feel like the tempo was off, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like Raflow played so fast and so strong. I mean, like, really strong style in game 2. And then Mr. E just kind of caught them like a net this game. So it forced them to play slower, which made it even easier to catch them in that net.
For sure, for sure. You know, slower and a smaller stage as well, which, you know, makes that net just that much. You know, it's weird. It's like, it's smaller. The stage is smaller, but it makes the net wider for, you know, just that punish in the first place, you know, because it just makes it that much easier to do that. Smashville, I gotta say, that was a ballsy pick against Palu, and Mr. E just kind of, he didn't care.
He just said, what are you going to do? I'm just going to win.
Literally, it's like, it doesn't matter if I'm better than you. That's what was going through Mr. E's head, for sure. And now we're going into game number 4. I'm not going to lie. I blinked. I kind of want to message some players and see what stage they went to, or I'll ask my friend Lair, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw exactly what stage they're going to. They went to Battlefield.
Oh, see, I was right.
Shut up. They're going to go to PS, or they're going to go to Town next, and then you're going to look so dumb. Anyway,
we're gonna go to Town next if Mr. E loses this game, which he might not. So we shall figure that out as we go on.
Man, I just wish the second lasts forever. Honestly, I've been having a good time seeing the counterplay between these two. And frankly, right now, Mr. E's off to a very good start. We do know he's very confident on this stage, but then again, Raflow getting a little 3-piece reversal on the air screen for 40%.
Maybe that's why Mr. E never wanted to go here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if he didn't think Palutena had sauce here.
I think it's a good stage for Palu. I'm not gonna lie to you. Always thought it was a good stage for Palu. Now with explosion flame ladders, up air ladders, you know, the neutral, you know, like pretty much the vertical incline of the stage with Palutena is no stranger to getting kills off the top. It's definitely a good one for her, and it's a good one for Mr. E too. It's just the thing is, you know, I think it might be slightly better for Palu if like the matchup is completely optimized because of teleport cancels among, you know, just the fact that some of her options are just sheerly invincible. But again, Mr. E, if he can play around that, he'll find a way.
Yeah, and frankly, it's a lot harder for Mr. E to hold center on the stage because there's no platforms to shark underneath. Meanwhile, ledge trapping, you do have a platform to shark underneath, which means fewer options for your opponent, more options for you, and a spike off of the re-grab there from Raflow, taking the first stock of this match.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the matchup is at this point. You grab that ledge twice, that's a Palu down air kick right in your face, boy.
Yo. So right now, Raflow is going to be trying to get back on stage. Nice roll into shield, and they're not going to be baiting out too many options there. They're just going to kind of hold it. They're going high a lot. He's starting to capitalize on that in a big way. Now, he's going to probably try to land a ledge. Yep, I like it. Using all his iframes, and then that Nair even game going into the stock too.
There was a good option there to catch the neutral get up. It was just perfect timing, and it's easier to time since it's a more lingering hitbox, obviously, than like one of, Mr. E's other aerials, such as forward air or even down air, really, which we've seen him use a lot to cover ledge options throughout this set so far, as a matter of fact.
There's that down tilt, trying to clip that, hang out the ledge. Oh, I like that. I think they expected that dash in shield, which is why Mr. E went for the shield breaker there, but they're going to be eating a hell of a punish for your transgressions.
Yeah, confess your sins to the goddess. A good rising there on the platform. I like that.
That's been buying Mr. E a lot of space this set.
It has. I mean, it's definitely, the character's sense about spacing. She's like the super fundies, like, sword character for sure. Base damage across the whole way on left Marth.
I'm not going to kill. Nice counter.
Oh! That's okay. It was the first grab. He's fine. He's fine. No 2 frames this time around. I thought for sure that Eric was going to go for that, but not this time around. He just sees the stocks are even right now. I want to close this set out. I'm not going for anything risky right here, especially now that the stocks are not even on a stage. That's pretty good for Palu. Are we going to get that Town and City final game?
We might be, baby. Look at this. Look at these Nair streaks. The back air. 54% unanswered so far. Mr. E going to be breaking that up, though, with a landing back air. Now, Raflow able to land very safely, skirting around the Nair with a forward air. Has him in the corner yet again. Trying to go for something? No. Baiting out like they will. Trying to make Mr. E think twice. This time, they're probably just no. I think keep babysitting the ledge. They keep jumping down and jumping back on just to try to scare Mr. E. Try to make him sloppy.
The down air right there at the ledge and got hit for it. That was so risky. I mean, you're up a stock, yeah, but you definitely want to, be a little bit safer this time around. But then again, I'm not Raflow. As we're hanging back, what kind of read was that? Completely fraudulent read. Nowhere near where Mr. E was going, and now we are down to a last stock scenario, Laird.
Yeah, Mr. E still not out of this just yet. Their advantage state is something to hold, but yep, you neutral get up on a roll in from Palu. Yeah, you got to be ready to suffer the consequences. The goddess with that back throw will be taking game number 4. We're going to a game 5 situation here, baby.
Game 5 situation indeed, my friend. Beautiful down air spike off of the re-grab this time around. Not so much the second time around when that happened. I like this neutral air, get a longer lingering hitbox coverage out to get that neutral get up, which some people have a hard time finding something to cover Palutena's neutral get up. Her ledge trapping, or her way to get back to stage is almost as good as her ledge trapping in and of itself. Wonky read, and then let's get this last little clip right here. I love that. That's what Palus need to start doing more.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's ever gone away. Hi, hello.
I'm getting ready to shake your hand if they pick Town and City.
We can do a high five.
We can do a high five instead? All right, that'll work too.
They're not going to do it, though. Since it's Mr. E's counterpick, I doubt he'll go there.
That's a good point. Palutena's pretty good on that stage. I mean,
yeah.
Both of them. I mean, the thing is that I think that Lucina is better at killing off the side than Palu is, to be honest. Actually, yeah, no, there's back air. Never mind.
Yeah, there's back air, back throw, forward air, down tilt.
I lied.
I will grant you that Lucina does need it more than Palu does.
That's a better way to phrase it. I appreciate that. I'm a professional commentator. I phrase things so good for some time. Yeah.
Oh, New Pork City.
Yo, the hot counter pick, New Pork City. Yo, he could tech off the walls. He could, well, stage hazards are off, so I guess.
Hit him into the Chimera. Oh.
The Chimera's not going to appear because stage hazards are off, so he's not going to appear. But they got the walls to tech off of. They can camp on the bottom platform.
Oh,
like
my
it's
dude.
Hyrule Temple. Oh my god. Dude, are they thinking about it?
No.
I'm kidding. Yo.
I think Mr. E's probably like, he's hung up on PS2 or Town and City. Yeah. Shake my hand.
Mario Circuit?
No, Mr. E. No. Come on. We're not going to go to place. No.
Yoshi's Story?
Oh
my god.
He's thinking so hard right. Yeah. Shake my hand, baby. Shake my hand. Give me a high five. Come on. Right now. Come on. Other hand.
Wrong hand. There we go.
There we go.
Wait. No. There we go. Let me try that again.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. Whatever.
No, we got it that time. I just the camera's reversed.
It took long enough for them to go here.
God, bro, I cannot believe that power statue is amazing, by the way.
It's so good. All right, game number 4. So this is a lot of space. We're actually seeing some projectile play from Raflow. I don't think
every game, I think.
Yeah. Well, hey, good for viewership. I will agree.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh my God, I cannot believe that happened. And I cannot believe this is happening to Mr. E, already getting potentially laddered right there. Definitely wouldn't have died off the top at that percent. Town and City has the highest vertical blast zones at the current legal stage list that we have at this particular tournament, I think, even including the gentleman stages. But whatever.
Right. Ooh, yeah, I like that from Raflow. Now, I gotta tell you, I think this is one of Palutena's best stages. But I feel like the blast zone differential that gives Mr. E a little bit earlier kill potential is super crucial here.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely something that Lucina needs more to get those kills off of the side right here. And yet, despite, I keep talking about the high vertical ceilings on here. The Palutena, if she still catches you with an explosive flame off the level or with a bad air dodge off the platform, she can still easily up air you close enough to the top left zone that you're going to die. The knockback growth of that move is quite large, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if that scenario ever comes about. Instead, they're playing a lot more patiently focused on ledge trapping each other. And there's the counter pick coming in clutch for Mr. E right there, living longer off of the falling nair up tilt.
Right. You know, Palutena does have more kills off the top than Lucina does. But she does have a couple kills off the side. Back throw's still not going to kill. They're going to go for a down throw, try to go for a back air, but Mr. E with a falling up air to take that stock. Or, sorry, get Raflow in the air so they can live a little bit longer.
For sure. Rising forward, they're going to reset again. These guys are respecting each other a little bit more. Neither of them are dead yet. We're almost 2 minutes into this game.
Yep. Oh, I definitely like the empty hop there. I don't necessarily agree with the air dodge afterwards, though, because Raflow is able to take that stock. But hindsight is 2020. Raflow just needs one there, and this is like 30-40%.
Oh, wow. Even off the side blast zones there, center stage with the nair. Not enough to do it. Oh, boy, good.
Just
F
missing
still.
the ledge.
Woo! Oh, we got ourselves again. We
definitely do, yeah. Definitely the most even game we've seen so far. Because nobody's really had a definitive snowball moment yet, and I feel like that might be on the upcome just in a second here.
We'll see. I mean, both these players seem to be holding their composure pretty good, but here we got Mr. E off the level, not going for any down air spikes, knowing that that's absolutely not worth the risk this time around. We saw how Raflow lost that earlier game that we saw before. Narrowly avoiding that explosive flame is Mr. E right there to just keep the onslaught going by the side of the level. We are at a dead heat right here. Both they don't want to commit. Neither of them want to go in on each other right now in the center stage. With the ledge trap scenario, he's even rolling away.
Oh my gosh. I love the pressure from Raflow, recognizing that the walk-up was coming, going for the up smash as well, but they are going to eat a forward smash for their troubles. Get up attack, very even game right now. Mr. E, though, has him in the corner. He's trying to weave around. He's doing a good job of it, but Mr. E, patience is a virtue. He's able to get that back air eventually, and he's going to catch the high recovery with an air too. Winner stock potentially for Raflow. Mr. E on the very close chance to get it into top 8.
You're a top eight guarantee right here, my friends. We're out here. Winner of this advances to winner semifinals of Wanted. Oh, good air dodge away. He knows it's better to get back to the ledge. Force another scenario. Gonna jump right there to avoid potentially getting down tilted. Not off the top. Blast zone too high.
Yeah, Raflow's trying to kiss him with whatever multi-hit he has. Definitely gets us the landing with a dash attack, but still not gonna kill. These high ceiling from Mr. E. Really nice counter pick. It's coming out in super clutch in so many situations.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. Oh my goodness, I knew that he didn't go for that all game, player. He didn't go for that all game. He knew he was saving it for a clutch moment when he needed it, and there he got the back throw right out back instead. But is this gonna be the end of Raflow?
It might be. I don't know. He's got the ledge trapping down, which he's very, very proficient at against Mr. E. Going for the nair. He's going to catch him going for the uppy, too. Had the shield up just in time. Oh, my God. These guys are both scared. I've seen a lot more spot dodges and a lot more air dodges than we're used to. Oh, the high recovery as well, trying to clip him.
Ooh, doesn't want to commit to the back air that low. He knows if he quits, he would have probably got the situation reversed. These guys are respecting each other so much right now. Got him off the level. Doubt we're gonna see a down tilt out here. No, he's committing with the up smash again.
Oh, Mr. E was too scared to punish too. He didn't want to put himself in a bad situation. Air dodge, back throw, not gonna kill just yet. Is he gonna go down deep for it? No, he's not. He's just gonna hang out. He's gonna hold on to that ledge.
That comes out really early, man. These frames, you don't want to commit against that. Raflow defeats Mr. E to advance to top 8, baby. Wow. What do you know about
a
that?
Set. First player to win 2 matches straight.
Look at that, and the town and city counterpick to boot, my friends. I would want to say that that's technically an upset, but these players, I think, are very close in terms of skill, as like they clearly just demonstrated to you.
Man, these are 2 absolute juggernauts of the French scene, and they're here to stay. Mr. E, obviously not out of bracket, is in losers top 8 qualifiers right now, but man, really good play from Raflow. Made fewer mistakes at the end. That was what netted them the victory here at Wanted 4 of Season 4. But that is going to be doing it for us today. Top 8 will be commencing when we return. But we've had a hell of a morning. We've really enjoyed your company. And I've also enjoyed working with you, Nintunis. Where can the